because I was trying to think of a word to describe SCWIST, and it was very difficult. I wanted to say SCWIST is fun, SCWIST is engaging, SCWIST is informative, and I've been thinking about it for a couple days since Christine actually emailed me. So I guess at the base of youth engagement, I'd say SCWIST is engaging. Hi, my name is Payten, and I'm a master's student at Fraser University. I research arson, fire pattern analysis, and wrongful convictions, and I've been involved with the youth engagement outreach team for SCWIST for the past couple years. So I think events with SCWIST are what make it so much fun and so engaging. It's how we connect with the community and how we provide knowledge about what opportunities are actually out there. So if that's our first contact. So SCWIST's first contact is often at these events, this is who SCWIST is, this is what we do, and if you want to learn more, get involved. I actually became involved through one of my mentors, Fiona Lamb. She kind of told me hey, I think you'd be good at this, and I think you'd enjoy engaging with the community and with youth and teaching them about science and forensics, and so that's kind of how I got involved. I love the community that SCWIST builds and already has. I really like that I've gotten the opportunities to meet with other women who are really strong and powerful leaders in science, and it also encourages me, to continue to pursue a career in a STEM-based field or encourage others to do the same. Yeah, so SCWIST actually sponsored an event that I put on. It was a continuous bi-monthly event, so it was called CSI Fridays. And pretty much what I would do is I would go to schools across the Lower Mainland, and I would deliver content to youth that was based on forensic crime scene investigation. And SCWIST was really helpful in funding for supplies and for catering and for just everything to make the events perfect. And I really enjoyed that and appreciated that. I think the most meaningful feedback that I got was the people that would come up to me after the talk had happened, after they had done the activities, because they'd ask, what careers are there around this? I didn't know that I could get involved in something like this. And so I really enjoyed, the young girls that would come up to me and say I want to get into forensic nursing. How do I do this? And so it's the follow-up, it's the emails after the event, it's the phone calls after the event. It's all those things that inform me that, something that I'm doing is actually making a difference, and it's creating an interest amongst these youth. Yeah, so Christine mentioned there was an event at Burnaby Neighborhood House where all of my family came, and they were at all the tables running different activities for the kids. And it's funny because, my dad is this big guy, and it was funny because he was helping these, 5-year-olds building telephone cups. And it was just, I really appreciated that, my family got involved, and I phoned them. I'm like, we need more volunteers, but it's so close to the event. Please, can you come? And they all came, and it was just amazing to have such wonderful support from them, and just really great to see them interacting with the community while I was also interacting with them. And and I think that kind of shows that at any age, at any point in your life, you can become involved, and you can volunteer your time, and you get as much as you put into it. So my dad came, my aunt came, my boyfriend came, my cousin came, my cousin's daughter came. So it was just, there was quite a few of them. So I don't come from the most affluent background. I've had to, apply for a lot of scholarships, a lot of bursaries, and try to support myself financially throughout my university career. And they've just been so supportive in that, in providing me with guidance. When they don't have financial assistance, they provide me with a lot of guidance, which I really, really appreciate. And they've just always been, like I mentioned, like if I needed volunteers or, hey, I need a ride to get to this event so that I can teach these kids, they were always there to drive me. Even if it's 4 a.m, if it's 4 p.m, they were pretty much there to get me to where I needed to be. So. Oh yeah, so I used to be I don't know how to describe it, but I was a leader in this youth group. And connecting SCWIST to this, I actually went to this, I led this forensics, it was kind of like a forensics princess event for these young girls. And so we did strawberry DNA extraction, and everyone was wearing princess tiaras. And it was just, it was great to show the connections that you can make between, like science is just so vast and so different that we can, you can teach it in any atmosphere, and it's for everyone. It's just, it's something that's fun, and you can learn, you can wear a tiara and do science at the same time. I think that we, like SCWIST youth engagement and SCWIST in general, what we do is we take really complex ideas and we create a fun activity out of it. You can take something that's really complicated and make it so that a 5-year-old can understand it. And I think that's one thing that's really special about SCWIST, is that they're really inclusive and really open to teaching anyone at any age. So, not recently because of how busy I've been with research and everything, but in the past, I remember I'd be at events pretty much on every weekend, like on a weekly basis, interacting with youth and teaching them about topics in forensics, topics, DNA extraction, lots of different things. And SCWIST really provided me with the opportunity to actually do that. They helped fund a lot of the projects that I was working on, events. If ever I needed help or needed hands at an event, they were always like, oh, here's some volunteers, take them and run with it. And they were very supportive, and I really, really appreciated SCWIST's support in providing those opportunities for the community. It's important that we create these events for youth so that they can see that there are, females in STEM-based careers, that there are women who are doing these things so that they can see themselves in them and hopefully strive to emulate them and become more like them at later points in their careers. I would like to see SCWIST get bigger and grow and incorporate a lot of new learning forms that grow and adapt into different areas of STEAM or STEM. So, for example, my passions lie in forensics, and so teaching kids how science connects to crime scene investigation is one thing that I really enjoy, and I think that we can have that sort of building into other areas of STEM and science. I see SCWIST expanding, I see it growing, I see more people becoming involved and engaging young girls to become involved and to grow into something bigger. Thank you to Christine. I remember being involved in SCWIST, a couple years ago, and Christine was the manager of communications, and she just made me feel so connected to it because she was putting out all these newsletters and telling everybody, what's going on and what's happening, and I really appreciated that. And I also really, really appreciate Vienna Lamb. She's one of my biggest mentors. Generally, in SCWIST, outside of SCWIST, she's one of my best friends, and I really appreciate it.